Today, Canto 28 of Dante's Purgatorio, in which the poet wanders through the forest of the terrestrial paradise till he is stopped by a stream, on the other side of which he beholds a fair lady calling flowers. He speaks to her, and she, in reply, explains to him certain things touching the nature of that place, and tells that the water which flows between them is here called Lethe, and in another place has the name Eunoe. Now, on Kurt reads a poem, Canto number 28 of Dante's Purgatorio. Eager already to search in and round the heavenly forest, dense and living green, which tempered to the eyes the newborn day, withouten more delay I left the bank, taking the level country slowly, slowly over the soil that everywhere breathes fragrance. A softly breathing air, that no mutation had in itself, upon the forehead smote me no heavier blow than of a gentle wind, whereat the branches lightly tremulous did all of them bow downward toward that side where its first shadow cast the holy mountain, yet not from their upright direction swayed, so that the little birds upon their tops should leave the practice of each art of theirs, but with full ravishment the hours of prime, singing, received they in the midst of leaves that ever bore a burden to their rhymes, such as from branch to branch goes gathering on through the pine forest on the shore of Chiasse, where Aeolus unlooses the Sirocco. Already my slow steps had carried me into the ancient woods so far that I could not perceive where I had entered it. And lo, my further course a stream cut off, which toward the left hand with its little waves bent down the grass that on its margins grew. All waters that on earth most limpid are would seem to have within themselves some mixture compared with that which nothing doth conceal, although it moves on with a brown current under the shade perpetual that never ray of sun lets in, nor of the moon. With feet I stayed, and with mine eyes I passed beyond the rivulet to look upon the great variety of the fresh May. And there appeared to me, even as appears suddenly something that doth turn aside through very wonder every other thought, a lady, all alone, who went along, singing and culling floret after floret, with which her pathway was all painted over. Ah, beauteous lady, who in rays of love dost warm thyself, if I may trust to looks which the heart's witnesses are wont to be, may the desire come unto thee to draw near to this river's bank, I said to her, so much that I may hear what thou art singing. Thou makest me remember where and what Proserpina that moment was when lost her mother her, and she herself the spring, as turns herself with feet together pressed, and to the ground a lady who is dancing, and hardly puts one foot before the other. On the vermilion and the yellow florets she turned towards me, not in otherwise than maiden who her modest eyes cast down. And my entreaties made to be content so near approaching that the dulcet sound came unto me together with its meaning. As soon as she was where the grasses are bathed by the waters of the beauteous river, to lift her eyes she granted me the boon. I do not think there shone so great a light under the lids of Venus when transfixed by her own son beyond his usual custom. Erect upon the other bank she smiled, bearing full many colors in her hands, which that high land produces without seed. Apart 3 paces did the river make us, but Hellespont where Xerxes passed across, a curb still to all human arrogance, more hatred from Leander did not suffer for rolling between Sestos and Abydos than that from me, because it oped not then. Ye are newcomers, and because I smile, began she, peradventure in this place elect to human nature for its nest, some apprehension keeps you marveling. But the psalm delicatasti giveth light, which has the power to uncloud your intellect. And thou who foremost art and didst entreat me, speak, if thou wouldst hear more, for I came ready to all thy questionings as far as needful. The water, said I, and the forest's sound are combating within me my new faith in something which I heard opposed to this. Whence she. I will relate how from its cause proceedeth that which maketh thee to wonder, and purge away the cloud that smites upon thee. The good supreme, soul in itself delighting, created man good, and this goodly place gave him as hansel of eternal peace. By his default short while he sojourned here, by his default to weeping and to toil, he changed his innocent laughter and sweet play. That the disturbance which below is made by exhalations of the land and water, which far as may be follow after heat, might not upon mankind wage any war, this mount ascended towards the heaven so high, and is exempt from there where it is locked. Now since the universal atmosphere turns in a circuit with the primal motion, unless the circle is broken on some side, upon this height that all is disengaged in living ether doth this motion strike, and make the forest sound, for it is dense. And so much power the stricken plant possesses, that with its virtue it impregs the air, and this revolving scatters it around. And yonder earth, according as 'tis worthy in self or in its clime, conceives and bears of diverse qualities the diverse trees. It should not seem a marvel then on earth, this being heard, whenever any plant without seed manifests there taketh root. And thou must know, this holy tableland in which thou art is full of every seed, and fruit has it never gathered there. The water which thou seest springing not from vein, restored by vapor that the cold condenses, like to a stream that gains or loses breath, but issues from a fountain, safe and certain, which by the will of God as much regains as it discharges, open on two sides. Upon this side with virtue it descends, which takes away all memory of sin. On that of every good deed done restores it. Here Lethe, as upon the other side Unoe it is called, and worketh not if first on either side it be not tasted. This every other savour doth transcend, and notwithstanding slaked so far may be thy thirst, that I reveal to thee no more. I'll give thee a corollary still in grace, nor think my speech will be to thee less dear, if it spread out beyond my promise to thee. Those who in ancient times have feigned in song the age of gold and its felicity, dreamed of this place perhaps upon Parnassus. Here was the human race in innocence, here evermore was spring, and every fruit this is the nectar of which each one speaks. Then backward did I turn me wholly round unto my poets, and saw that with a smile they had been listening to these closing words. Then to the beautiful lady turned mine eyes. Thus ends Canto 28 of Dante's Purgatorio. Hey, thanks for watching, and have a great day.